Hello, this is my video review for the hotpoint TCHL73 condensing tumble dryer. This was very kindly given to me by AO.com to review. We arranged a delivery day via email, and then on the day of delivery I received a text message early in the morning giving me a 4-hour window when the dryer was going to be delivered. The drivers turned up on time, very helpful, very happy. Popped it into my lounge exactly where I wanted it and offered to take away all of the packaging, cleaned up after themselves and checked that I was happy with everything before signing it, and went off on their way, which was great. So 10 out of 10 for the AO.com delivery drivers. Right, so if we go in and have a look at the tumble dryer, as you can see on the front there, 7 kilogram capacity, and what it doesn't say there is that the manufacturers have given it a C energy efficiency rating, and it's also reported to be 69 decibels in noise once it's in use. You can see on top there's the instruction booklets. It comes with lots of paperwork, but a very straightforward information leaflet on how to set it up and how to use all of the functions on the dryer. One thing it did explain, which I hadn't thought about beforehand, was that it needs a little bit of extra space around it to the actual measurements that are provided to allow the condensing function to work properly, and that's just to allow air to circulate around it. So it needs an additional 50mm space between the top of the dryer and any side of the dryer, and any walls, and it needs 10mm on top between the top of the dryer and any work surface it's going underneath. That's, as I say, just to let the air circulate and the condensing function to work correctly. So just make sure you check the dimensions. Okay, so if we have a look, go in and have a look at the dryer. Straightforward to open, just click it and click shut again. So what you can see in the centre there is the timer dial. So there's lots of different time settings on there, and there's also 5 different preset programs that you can use. So that you can see the instructions next to that, the set and forget program. So there's 5 programs on there: ready to wear and standard cotton, which are both cotton programs, and they're both high heat programs. And then there's a synthetic program, and the 2 bottom ones, easy iron and cool tumble, are not actually drying settings. The easy iron is a 10-minute cool spin, which just helps your clothes to become a bit softer, ready for ironing, and the cool tumble gives your clothes a spin just to cool them down for 10 minutes. So underneath that you can see the buttons. So we've got a pre-care button. So the pre-care setting, you can press that button when you've chosen to delay the start of your drying program, and this will just tumble the clothes occasionally at the beginning before the program actually starts to prevent them becoming creased. And next to that is the post-care setting, so that does the same thing but at the end of your cycle. So if you can't get to the machine straight away, you can click that and it will just occasionally tumble your clothes again just to prevent them becoming creased. Which might be quite helpful. Nobody likes extra ironing. And the high heat setting. So the time programs default to a cool setting unless you click that button. So you can choose if the fabric's the right fabric to have it on a warmer setting if you want to. And then next to that is the delay timer button. So you can delay the time of this tumble dryer by either 3, 6 or 9 hours. So if I just click here, this switches the machine on. And then go over to where the lights have just lit up there. So you can see highlighted at the top, the empty water and clean filter lights are currently on, so that's telling me that I need to clean the filter inside the tumble dryer and also empty the water. And underneath there, the lights that aren't lit up, there's the clean condenser light, and the 3 at the bottom have got labels either side. So on the right hand side you can see 3, 6 and 9 hours, so they would be lit up if you'd chosen one of the delay timer settings. And on the left, the drying, cool tumble and end light, if they're lit up, that's just telling you which part of the cycle that the dryer's currently in. Okay, so if we go across to that side, you can see just a little guide as to what type of material and how long you would expect those materials to need, depending on how much of it that you'd actually popped into the dryer. Okay, so if we just go down and open the door, clicking that. So I'll lift out the filter, so it just lifts in and out, slots in and out, very straightforward. So the manufacturer recommends that that's cleaned after each use, and to do that you can either run your hoover over it or you can just rinse it under a cool tap. And if I just have a show you inside the dryer, you can see a little paddle there. So that just helps once it's spinning to prevent the clothes becoming tangled up with each other. Once the program's actually running, what you do hear periodically is the machine just pausing and then spinning the other way, and that again is just something that helps to prevent the clothes becoming tangled up. And then right down at the bottom, if we open that little bit up there, that's the condensing unit that you can see with 3 little clips, which also needs cleaning periodically. I haven't done that yet, but the manufacturer's guidelines recommend it's done approximately once a month just to keep things running smoothly. And just back to that light, the third one there, that would be lit up telling you when that needed doing. So if I just close the door again, clicking it shut, and I'm going to switch the dryer on, so I'm just going to click the timer onto the setting of 150 minutes and start that. So you can hear the noise as that's running. So it's about an average noise, I'd say, for a tumble dryer. Not especially quiet, but not overly noisy. There's no jumping about from the machine, it's nice and steady. Okay, so I'll just pause that. So just to highlight some of the functions again that I've been particularly happy with this tumble dryer, I think there's a good range of timed programs that you can use that are available. I've found it very straightforward to use. I'm not particularly good with instructions or anything very technical, but it's as it says on the tin, basically you just set it up and go. The programs are straightforward to use. I think the delayed timing setting is very useful for somebody that works often in a rush to get things ready in the morning, so it's nice to be able to pop that on before you go to bed. Price wise, it was mid-range price, very good value for money with the additional features like the time drying, and it's obviously a good looking piece of kit, very functional, so I think it's a good overall good value for money. Dries the clothes efficiently, obviously that's very important, not too noisy, simple instructions, nothing very complicated about its use. So overall I would definitely recommend this tumble dryer, and highly recommend AO.com for their fantastic delivery service, communication and customer service generally. I hope that's helpful.